And it has been a year today since the Taliban seized control in Afghanistan. In that time, the country's experienced sustained attacks on human rights. Since the fall of Kabul, over 6,400 humanitarian visas have been granted to Afghans to begin new lives in Australia. More than 200,000 are still in limbo, waiting for visa approval.
Immigration Minister Andrew Giles joins us now to discuss that point. Minister, what's the hold-up?
Look, what we've seen in response to the tragic circumstances that have befallen Afghanistan is unprecedented and overwhelming demand for protection. That's something that I've been focused on in the short time that I've been Minister to make sure we really get into this backlog, this extraordinary number of applications covering over 200,000 people who have asked for our help.
Minister, when there's so much demand, prioritisation becomes the thing that really matters. I note that former veteran Glenn Kolomites has said that your government isn't prioritising those Afghans who helped our forces, so people like interpreters, for example. Is that true? And if so, why would that be the case?
Well, we do recognise that there are a number of people who went out of their way and put themselves in harm's way to help Australians over our 20-year involvement there. And that is why we recognise that these locally engaged employees are at the top of our priority when it comes to resettlement.
The Glenn Kolomites is just flat out wrong about that? Why would he have that impression?
Well, this is a really difficult set of circumstances, and I think particularly today when we reflect on how Australians of Afghan background and of course the people of Afghanistan in particular reflecting on the last year, it's been very, very difficult. But let me reassure you and your viewers that we are very focused on doing all we can to support people in need of protection, but particularly focusing on those priority groups, starting with those people who worked for Australia.
It's a year, Minister, since the Taliban took back control again. We've got a cap of 31,500, as I understand it, on the number of Afghans who can come into the country. Why wouldn't you lift that cap?
Well, yeah, we are looking at a larger intake across the board, a very significantly larger intake, as well as an expanded community sponsorship program of refugees in addition to our commitments. So there are a range of ways with which we are approaching our obligations here.
Minister, thank you very much for joining us.
Great to be with you.